Welcome to She Who Rises Up. I'm your host, Lara, and my intention is to uplift, elevate, and empower you through conscious conversations that will support your growth, healing, and evolution. My mission is to empower women and support the rise of the feminine in the corporate world. My favorite quote is, "She remembered who she was, and the game changed." And this is my desire for you ladies, to remember who you are so you could change your game. Please come in and join me. This is your podcast. Sisters, a big hello, greetings, and welcome, or welcome back to this space. Tell me the truth. Did you miss me? Lie to me and say yes. How's your autumn going, my loves? How's your autumn going? How was your summer? I'm in London now. I'm doing my work and also taking this time to integrate all the crazy big initiations I've gone through over the last few months. It's been nonstop, one after another, a portal after a portal. So it's important that when we do this kind of work, that we also spend some time in silence and integrating. Today I'm going to be brief, and I'm going to be talking about perimenopause part 2 and what the plants or the medicine of ayahuasca has taught me. There is one very important lesson that I would love to share with you that's been fully integrated. And I feel that although this might not be for everyone going through this transitional or the portal of perimenopause, I know that for some it will soothe your nervous system. It will soothe your nervous system and potentially will also be your medicine. Now, World Menopause Day is coming on the 18th of October, so I thought this would be the perfect message to put out there. Before I share this important lesson, my loves, I have another episode of the podcast called WTF, it's perimenopause, in case you want to give it a lesson. And I would like to give you an update and some things that I have been learning along the way since I embraced this initiation or the stage of my womanhood, the perimenopause. I have to say that things have gone easier for me. Have gone easier for me by embracing it alone. What I have learned is that to name it and to embrace it is to liberate it. To name it and embrace it is to liberate it. Now, it's true that I have made some changes, but I have to say they're nothing huge, and I really need to step up my game here. But by naming it and embracing it has been such a big medicine. In fact, I could, for me at least, I haven't had the big depressive episodes or the suicidal thoughts I had before last year. My energy has increased. There are still some unexpected dips from time to time when it comes to energy levels and motivation. And what I have learned is I listen to the needs and expectations of my body. I don't fight it. Oh, absolutely not. If that means that we have to stay in bed, I stay in bed. If it means I have to slow down, I slow down. If it means whatever, I'll do whatever my body needs. No fighting. There's no point. Now, since I realized, because I started several years ago, but I only realized that I was cruising perimenopause a year ago, I have educated and initiated since many, many, many women. And I have observed, in fact, that there are two categories of women that fall under the perimenopause age. We have the first group of women who are those excited about this discovery, who finally could again name it. They could understand what's going on with them. And then we have the second category, or the second group of women, who actually deny it, reject it, and even get upset as if they don't want to open that portal, right? Now, this is another observation of mine and my own study. Well, I realized that perimenopause affects three layers. It affects the layer of the body, the layer of the culture, and the layer of the spirit. Now, let's break it down uh, a little bit. In a nutshell, the body layer, I'm referring to the super long list of physical and psychological symptoms that we may go through. And I say we may go through because it affects women differently. The spirit layer, and this is when it becomes interesting, it's an invitation. It's an invitation to open the portal and initiate ourselves into the elder archetype, into the wise woman archetype. Although perimenopause is not an age thing, but a hormonal thing, the cultural layer is another interesting one, especially living in a society that cherishes and celebrates youth. This layer becomes an invitation to start grieving your youth and beauty. And it's not easy. It's not easy. This is also an invitation to heal generational and cultural wounds. Things like abandonment or the acceptance wound, and other wounds related to societal expectations of what it is to be a woman in the eyes of the systems to be. So, this healing is like showing the middle finger to those who want us disempowered and unconscious. And because it's a triangle with its mystical symbolism, I invite you to explore all three levels if you're going through perimenopause. Because here's something, if you're only staying at the level of the physical, meaning staying at the level of the hot flashes and the night sweats, which are the two most famous symptoms, and now we know that there are more than 40 of them, you might manage them, right? You put systems in place or treatments in place to manage those symptoms. You might as well, maybe, you might hang out and speak to other women and gather with other women and bitch and moan and complain about what's happening. Now, by the way, I understand and know that not all women are ready, are meant, nor want to explore all three layers, right? I know that. Now, what would happen though? What would happen if I was to add the layer of the spirit? What would happen? I could then be asking myself questions such as, what does that inner fire want to tell me? The inner fire, as in the hot flashes. Or what are my waters? What are my waters wanting to let go of, cleanse, and release? As in the night sweats. Right? It's becoming interesting now. I'm going deeper. What would happen if I was to add the layer of culture? Because then I would be providing and giving me the opportunity to reach another level of freedom by showing the middle finger we talked about. And for this, we need deep work, and a lot of mirror work, I'd say. So, sisters, my invitation is, if you are cruising menopause, perimenopause, is to explore all three layers, right? That's my invitation. Now, let's get into the big reveal, right? It's time for the big reveal. My love's gonna get a drum roll here, please. Okay, so let me share the important lesson that the medicine of ayahuasca has taught me. And the way that the medicine of ayahuasca teaches you any lesson is by, or at least for me, is by making you sit with it. You sit with it, you sit with it, you sit with it, you sit with it, you sit with it until you see it. until you see it, until you embody it. And the message is, do it on your own pace. Do it on your own pace. Your own pace is divinely guided and sacred. Your own pace is doing shit your own time, your own way. It doesn't matter what others or what societal paces are. It doesn't matter. This is about making peace with our own pace. That's the message. That is the message. Amazing, right? So beautiful, so liberating. Sisters, I have lost the amount of times and circumstances or situations where if I was to keep up with the expected pace, it meant that I was getting myself into overwhelm and unnecessary stress. I mean, in the name of what? For who? For what? No. Gigantic refusal. Gigantic refusal. Your pace is you vibing with your divinity. Your pace is you dancing with your divinity. Now, you might not be going through perimenopause and you might still resonate with this wisdom. Then, amazing, brilliant. Now, before we start wrapping up, shall we pick some cards? Let's pick some cards. Oopsie. That's what we have here. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, I've asked a question of what do we need to know about what cards can come through in relation to this session, to this episode. And we got the card of beginnings. And it says, I cherish all cycles in my life. And actually, another card came through and it says surrender. All is well. I surrender to my inner guidance. How beautiful, right? Because perimenopause is the beginning of the next stage of our womanhood. Wow, how beautiful is that? Okay, my loves, I get excited with the cards. Let's start wrapping up. Hey, let me know, my loves, if this was your message. Okay, and until next time, keep trusting and keep loving yourselves. Bye-bye. That's all for today, ladies. Thank you so much for joining this space, and I truly hope you found it insightful. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe to the podcast and share it with your friends and the women in your lives so they could also benefit from it too. If you want to get in touch, you are very welcome to contact me through Instagram, LinkedIn, or send me an email to support@laracalaf.com. Speak to you very soon.